Okay, favorite third graders, we have 3 reading workbook pages today to do, and I think they'll go pretty quickly for you. We are doing 127, 128, and 130. So let's go over some clues for those pages. Read the sentence and choose the answer from the box. And we've done these a lot, right? And we use 9 words, and there's 9 sentences, so we're going to use each word once. I want to read through the words with everybody first in the box. So we have tablecloth, sauce, like sauce on pizza, false, like true or false, yawning, you know that one, faucet, like on a sink, awesome, because you're awesome, offered, if you offered to help your mom, bossy, you do not want to be bossy with your friends, and the mall. We all probably know that one too. So let's do just one together because I think these are going to be pretty good for you guys. Number 1 says, to fill a water balloon, stretch the opening of the balloon over a blank and then turn on the faucet. Oops, turn on the water. Mrs. Hagen just gave it away, didn't she? Oh well. All right, we got that one. Over a faucet. I like it when people write really neatly because it makes it easy for me to check them. So you will finish up that page and then meet me on page 128. All right, here we are on page 128. And we are going to be talking about subject pronouns. So we are going to read starting right here. A pronoun is a word that can take the place of one or more nouns in a sentence. This is important. The pronouns that you might be seeing today are I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. These are all subject pronouns. Underline those for me or highlight them if you have a yellow marker. So you are going to be using, how many did they give us? They gave us 7 choices there. I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. So we're going to take somebody's name or a noun and replace it with one of those words. And you have to pick the right one. Pronouns can be singular or plural. A noun and the subject pronoun that replaces it must match each other in singular and plural forms. I'll explain what that means in a minute. Let's do some of the examples. The telegraph was important. That was an invention from a long, long time ago. So you want to replace the underlined part with something that makes sense. The telegraph is a thing, isn't it? It's not a person. So I don't want to use he or she. So look at what they chose. They chose it. It was important. So see, I can take out the telegraph and replace it with the word it. Let's do another one. Samuel Morse invented it. Samuel, we can tell that that's a boy and he's a person. So I can take his name out and replace it with he invented it. Last example, our class learned this. Now I can't use he or she to replace our class, can I? I have to pick something else. So they picked we learned this. Okay, so I think it's going to go pretty well for you. So you are going to write the sentence and replace the underlined word. And actually, you know what the cool thing is? When you replace it with the pronoun, it's actually less for you to write, isn't it? So because the pronouns are pretty short. So if we look at the first one, we know Samuel Morse, we just did him up above. Oh. So now I can write on the line, he was born in Massachusetts. And here's the deal. I am going to say that I want you to write the whole sentence because I want to see your handwriting and how you're doing with that. But I'm going to be very nice, and I'm going to say we only need to write the whole sentence for 1, 3, and 5. Otherwise, you can just write the pronoun underneath. You don't have to write the whole sentence, but you do have to write the pronoun underneath. Like the next one, what would you replace Lucretia Walker became his wife? So you put the pronoun on that line, but you only need to write the whole sentence for 1, 3, and 5. Deal? All right. Put a smiley face right here on this paper if you are watching the video right now, because I'm going to be able to tell when I'm looking at homework. I think I have a couple of people maybe not watching the whole video, so put a smiley face right there or write me a note. All right, meet me on the next page, which is page 130. All right, we are on our last page for today, and on the other page we were doing subject pronouns. Now on this page we're doing object. Okay, so it's going to be more things. Okay, let's read together. The pronouns me, you, him, her, it, us, and them are called object pronouns. Object pronouns follow action verbs and words like to, for, at. We should highlight those up there too, sorry. A noun and the object pronoun that replaces it must match in their singular and plural forms. The pronouns it and you are both subject pronouns and object pronouns. So those it and you were on the other page, and they're also on this page because they're both. Let's look at our examples. Nikola Tesla helped invent radio. And when they change it, they're changing radio. Nikola Tesla helped invent it. So radio changes to it. Let's look at our next example. Others worked with Tesla. Others worked with him because it's a boy. So they replaced it with him. Remember, his name was Nikola Tesla. All right, so you are going to, same thing as before, you're replacing the underlined pronoun with an object pronoun. So remember again that our object pronouns are right up there, okay? Those are our choices. Here we go with the first one. And we're going to do the same thing on this page, guys. We are only going to write the sentences for 1, 3, and 5, okay? And then for 2 and 4, you are going to just write what you would put there for the pronoun. Okay, what would you put? What would you replace that with? Okay, let's do one together. A man named Marconi worked on wireless communication. So I need to replace wireless communication right here with one of those choices up on the top line up here. Okay, well, it's a thing. So when I look at those choices, me, you, him, her, it, us, and them, the only one that I see works is it. Okay, so I would rewrite. I'm going to start over here just in case I run out of room. A man named Marconi worked on it. See, it's shorter to write it, isn't it, than to write wireless communication. All right, so I think you guys got this. Very similar to the last page we did. Okay, remember, only write the whole sentence for 1, 3, and 5. Thanks, guys.